Let's review global market trends. The global solar power market will benefit from U.S. solar growth. The December 2015 decision to extend the solar power ITC tax credit was a boon to players in the residential solar power industry, and successes in building the solar power generation systems has itself been benefit to overseas suppliers of panels, inverters, and related components. It is anticipated that this phenomena will stretch well into 2017 and beyond, especially considering that the ITC program allows for tax credits well into the coming decade. In addition to this, strong performance in China and India continue to bolster overall market growth. The future of energy is solar and smart. Decentralized PV installations and battery storage systems will be combined in intelligent networks to provide balanced power to the electrical grid. The smart grid market is fueled by a number of factors, such as favorable policies and regulations, surging demand for power across major regions, higher distribution and transmission losses. Electric vehicles and energy management systems are also part of the power grid of the future. According to Transparency Market Research, the global smart grid market will reach $118.1 billion in 2019, up from $37.7 billion in 2012. Solar solutions are the next big thing. Moving toward more complete solutions makes sense for the solar industry. It helps move more cost from the field to the factory, where components can be built efficiently and designed to work together seamlessly. The days of piecemeal design of solar systems are coming to an end. The companies that can combine solar solution design with differentiated products like high-efficiency solar panels, heating and storage will be well positioned for the future. Companies like SunPower, First Solar, and Tesla have a leg up on the competition in building out the solar product solutions of the future. On the finance side, the cost of capital is coming down. More and more mainstream financial companies are seeing that solar is here to stay. As a result, the competition for business is making more capital available and cheaper capital available. In addition to this, there is a realization by some companies who were effectively self-financing projects that it is better to have the finance vehicles unbundled from their integrated solution. This as well has created greater market demand for finance products, and as such, the finance institutions have responded favorably. The cost of components continues to decline. To date, we have seen the cost of major components like panels, inverters, and racking continue to fall. Industry experts continue to project that the cost of these components will fall throughout 2017 and beyond. Leading the decrease continues to be the cost of panels. As little as 18 months ago, the cost for Tier 1 panels in North America was about 85 cents a watt US. Today, they are sub 50 cents a watt US and continue to show a downward slide. FIT rates in all jurisdictions have either leveled off or continue to decline. Example, Japan, where FIT rates have declined beyond the 21 JPY level. Ontario has scrapped its FIT program while it supports a move to net metering for residential. Other markets continue to follow rate reductions, and as such, companies that were looking for fast profits are leaving the markets to the truly hardened solar players. As a result of these moves, the entire solar supply chain has had to push their costs down in order to maintain the business. This has resulted in many innovations, right from componentry through to process and production efficiency. Regulatory uncertainty is also playing a part. The election of Donald Trump to the US presidency could bring about changes in the regulatory environment for solar energy and climate change policy in the United States, with potential repercussions overseas. Firstly, there is a possibility that the US solar investment tax credit, which is seen as the bedrock of solar growth, as we talked about before, could be scaled down or dismantled. Mr. Trump's proposal to slash the corporate tax rate from 35% to 15% could put pressure on the federal budget, requiring such incentives to be reduced. Even if the credit is left untouched, a lower tax rate would harm the flow of tax equity financing to solar firms, as it would reduce investor requirements for write-offs via tax equity investments. There could be a sharp reversal in the US's stance on climate change as well. Mr. Trump also indicated during his campaign that he intended to rescind the Obama administration's Climate Action Plan, which aims to cut out carbon emissions from power plants, with the intentions to cancel the Paris Climate Agreement that World Power signed in December 2015. India and China are likely to be the most explosive markets. These two markets continue to demonstrate the greatest growth despite slowdowns in other markets. The Indian renewable market is forecasted to grow by over 10 gigawatts a year, with most of that coming from solar. Most industry observers and forecasters are forecasting that there will be a slowing of the industry in China. However, the industry is forecast to bounce back by 2019. It's important to note that China has canceled plans for more coal plants, favoring renewables with a heavy emphasis on solar. As we can see in this slide, panel pricing has dropped 50% within the past 10 years. And as we've talked about throughout this presentation, is forecasted to continually decline over the coming years. It's important to note that the only impacts to price increase are material and not technological, as we see during 2006, 2007, 2008, where there was a price peak due to silicon shortage. On this slide, we can see the available energy from each one of the sources. Finite sources such as natural gas and petroleum, renewable sources such as wind, hydro, and solar. Visually, you can see that energy available from solar is our greatest renewable resource of all. And as such, hence our enthusiasm and our focus on producing solar and educating you with enough knowledge to go forward and find your career in solar. In summary, in this section, we can see that complete solar solutions allow for cost savings to appear in the factory as opposed to trying to do these in the field. The cost of capital is coming down for major financiers. The cost of components, such as panels, are dropping to make the solar arrays more viable. Solar is our best resource of all.